Welcome to our deep dive today. We're tackling a really interesting challenge, digging into Sigga and how they're making a splash in asset management, especially for companies using SAP.
Yeah, and we've got some pretty incredible reports here detailing mind-blowing results they've achieved across all kinds of industries. Think breweries, power plants, the works.
Seriously, we're talking over 2 decades of specialized expertise in maintenance, and we're about to see what that looks like in action.
What really jumps out at me is that Sigga isn't just about, throwing software at a problem. They really get down into the nitty-gritty of each industry's operations.
Right, so these case studies aren't just like success stories. They actually prove how well Sigga can translate their expertise into real, tangible benefits, all within that SAP environment.
Exactly.
So let's dive right into these numbers. One report highlights a food production facility that got a 25% boost in productive wrench time after bringing in Sigga.
Wow, that's huge.
I know, right?
Uh,
Just imagine how much more they can accomplish with that extra time.
It really shows how optimizing maintenance processes can make a difference for the whole operation.
Yeah, that 25% increase means less downtime, faster turnaround, and ultimately a more productive facility.
For sure.
And it's not all about productivity either. We've got another report here about the world's largest brewery. They saved a mind-blowing $7.2 million every year just on paper costs.
7.2 million, just on paper.
That's what the report says. It really shows what streamlining processes and going digital can do.
Absolutely. That cost saving is probably just the start. You've got to think about all the other impacts of using less paper, storage, logistics, even the environment.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's this global mining company. They got annual cost savings of $10.5 million. That kind of impact on their bottom line says a lot about Sigga's ability to deliver.
And the mining industry is notorious for its tough operational environments. Seeing those kinds of savings in such a challenging sector, well, it shows that Sigga can tailor its solutions to even the most complex situations.
Absolutely. Let's switch gears to the energy sector. We have a report on an electric power generation company that saved a massive 90,000 hours of administrative work in a single year.
Whoa, 90,000.
That's right. Can you even imagine that much time saved? Think of all the resources they freed up to focus on the really important stuff.
It's the perfect example of how Sigga goes beyond simple cost savings and actually changes the way a company works. They're giving employees the power to use their expertise where it matters most.
And it's not just about time and money. That same world-leading brewery we talked about earlier, they also achieved a 10% increase in mean time between failures, MTBF.
Oh yeah, MTBF.
So their equipment is running more reliably, fewer disruptions, more uptime.
That's huge in any industry, but especially one that relies on nonstop production.
Exactly. A 10% increase in MTBF means way fewer unplanned shutdowns, things run smoother, and ultimately the business is more profitable.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got cost savings, gains in efficiency, improved reliability, and we're just getting started. Another report shows an 82% reduction in technician prep costs for a global petroleum company.
Streamlining at its best.
All right. It's like they thought of everything. But what's behind all these incredible outcomes? It's got to be more than just industry knowledge, right? Some serious tech must be in play.
You got it. These results are a testament to the powerful software that Sigga has built specifically for SAP environments, and they've packed it with features that make a real difference.
Like their mobile EAM app, Sigga EAM Empower. It's designed to be super flexible, adaptable to different business needs, all without needing any complicated custom coding.
Yeah, and that no-code platform is a game changer. It gives users the control to customize workflows on the fly just by dragging and dropping. Talk about agility, being able to adapt as your needs change without relying on complex coding. That's a huge plus.
And for industries that operate in remote areas, like oil rigs or mines, Sigga EAM Empower has another trick up its sleeve. It works flawlessly, both online and offline.
Wow, so technicians can stay connected and productive no matter where they are.
Precisely.
That's brilliant. It shows they understand that tech needs to work for the people, not the other way around. And when you add that offline capability to their seamless integration with SAP,
You get a solution that's as powerful as it is reliable.
absolutely. It's a game changer for those industries where connectivity can be spotty. But let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture of maintenance management. Their planning and scheduling solution, that sounds like a real lifesaver for companies juggling complex operations.
It does, doesn't it? Imagine having a central hub for all your maintenance activities. Sigga Planning and Scheduling lets you visualize your entire schedule, optimize your team's time, and track progress against your plan. all in one platform.
And it's got to be so user-friendly.
It really is. That level of visibility and control is so valuable for companies with lots of teams and complex workflows.
Absolutely. It goes beyond just scheduling, though. It takes resource allocation to a whole new level, automatically. It considers technician capabilities, availability. You're never scrambling to find the right person last minute.
Like a virtual assistant taking care of all that for you. No more guesswork.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. It even lets you set up custom rules and automation. So it's incredibly adaptable. It's not one size fits all. It's a tool that molds to your specific operation.
That customization is key, especially in industries where every minute of downtime can hit the bottom line hard. But how does this software fit into the whole asset management strategy?
It's all about shifting from reactive to proactive maintenance. Instead of always putting out fires, Sigga's solution lets companies anticipate issues, optimize their schedules, and actually extend the lifespan of their assets.
So it's not just about fixing things when they break. It's about stopping them from breaking in the first place.
Right. That change in mindset can really impact a company's efficiency, their profitability, even their sustainability. Less downtime, longer asset life cycles. That means less waste, conserving resources, and ultimately operating more responsibly.
A win-win-win for the company, their bottom line, and the planet.
You got it. That's what makes Sigga's approach so interesting. They're not just throwing technology around for the sake of it. It's about creating real value, driving positive change, and working towards a more sustainable future.
I love it. So we've seen how Sigga has this awesome track record of delivering results across a bunch of industries. But for you, what really stands out from what we've learned today?
It's the way they blend their deep industry expertise with seriously cutting-edge technology. It's not just software, it's a partnership. They work hand in hand with their clients to understand those unique challenges and build solutions that get results.
It's like they're not just selling a product, they're building relationships.
Yeah.
And those relationships are obviously working based on the results we've seen.
For sure. It shows their dedication to not just meeting, but exceeding expectations. They're not just giving you a product and calling it a day. They actually want to make a lasting impact on the industries they work with.
Now that's inspiring. A company dedicated to both innovation and customer success. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you think our listeners should know as they continue to explore this world of Sigga and asset management?
Remember that we live in a world that's constantly changing, technologically speaking. What's considered cutting edge today? Well, it might be standard tomorrow.
So you can't just set it and forget it. Companies have to embrace the idea of always learning and adapting to stay ahead of the game.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so cool to see companies like Sigga leading the way, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in asset management.
They're not just keeping up with innovation, they're driving it forward.
Exactly. And with AI, machine learning, those technologies are getting more sophisticated every day. So I think we can expect some really game-changing advancements in asset management. It's a dynamic field, and Sigga is right there on the leading edge.
It's like we're watching a whole new era unfold, where technology isn't just about making things more efficient. It's changing the way we think about managing our physical assets.
That's a great way to put it. It's a really exciting time to be watching this field evolve.
Totally agree. So we've established that Sigga is a major player in the asset management world, especially for companies that rely on SAP. But what are the big takeaways you think our listeners should walk away with today?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the sheer scale of their impact. We're not talking about small improvements. We're talking millions in savings, thousands of hours saved, and a real shift towards more sustainable practices.
Those are game-changing results, completely transforming the way companies do business.
Absolutely. And the second thing is that their success is deeply rooted in understanding the industries they work with. It's not just about software, it's about speaking the language of their clients, knowing their pain points, and delivering tailored solutions. It's like they're not just selling a product, it's a real partnership built on shared knowledge and understanding.
I like that. And third, it's amazing how Sigga empowers frontline workers with technology. Their mobile app is a prime example. They're closing the gap between IT and the shop floor, making complex software user-friendly for the people who need it most.
Yeah, it's about democratizing access to powerful tools. Everyone, from technicians to managers, can contribute to the company's success.
Love it. And lastly, I'm really impressed with how Sigga integrates sustainability into its solutions. It's not just about saving money or improving operations. It's about reducing environmental impact.
It's that triple bottom line: people, planet, profit. And Sigga's clearly leading the way.
Okay, so we've learned a lot today, but before we go, anything else our listeners should keep in mind as they explore the world of SIGA and asset management?
Hmm. Well, I think it's important to remember this field is always evolving. Technology never stops advancing, and new challenges and opportunities are always popping up.
So it's not a one-and-done solution. It's about ongoing adaptation and innovation.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so exciting. As AI, machine learning, and other tech get more advanced, we can expect to see even more game-changing solutions in asset management.
We're on the edge of a new era where technology is not just streamlining processes, it's changing how we interact with and manage our physical assets.
Yes, it's a dynamic and rewarding field, always something new to learn, explore, and contribute.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired.
Mhm.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
It's been great exploring this with you, but this is just the beginning of your journey into the fascinating world of SIGA and the future of asset management.
Absolutely. So before we sign off, one last thought for our listeners. We've talked about SIGA's impact on individual companies, but what about the bigger picture? How can this impact entire industries?
That's a great question. Think about it. If these solutions were widely adopted, the potential for greater efficiency, reduced waste, and improved sustainability across entire sectors is huge.
It's like a ripple effect, the benefits extending far beyond any single company.
Exactly. So we have to consider the broader implications of these advancements.
It's not just about isolated improvements. It's about building a more sustainable and efficient future for everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, we'll leave our listeners to ponder that thought. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.